All right, waiting for Milton right now. Category 4 storm had been in Category 5. It could briefly retouch Category 5, but the bottom line is it's going to be a whopper of a storm when it hits, featuring better than 100-mile-per-hour winds late tomorrow night or early Thursday morning. You know, big issues and big storms like this are one thing when they occur only weeks before a presidential election, and they're in battleground states like this one will be. Jason Furman, the former director of the National Economic Council of the United States, how that could play out. Jason, always good to have you. This is a big test for the government. It's a big test for national state officials and how well they work with each other. How do you see it going thus far?
You know, this is a huge amount for the country to deal with.
Right.
FEMA's been underfunded. They're doing the best possible job they can, and I hope that job doesn't get much bigger later this week.
Yeah, and there's a lot of back and forth and finger pointing on both sides, and sometimes, you know, stuff that's just made up out of thin air. But having said that, I do wonder whether that added tension is because the election is so close. Besides, I'm talking among, you know, elected officials and those in charge of dealing with this.
Look, my experience when I was in government, and I'm not there in government right now,
Right.
is that when these disasters happen, there might be some like partisan finger pointing, but on the ground, there really isn't. We in the Obama administration worked really well with the Republican governors. When a problem happened, they would call us. It really was like people getting the work done, not worried a lot about politics. It's unfortunate. There's a whole political discussion happening around it right now.
All right, I don't know how this goes, but you do hear these reports that FEMA is running low on dough or out of dough. I know they've had to clarify that is not the case. If we need money for this sort of thing, we find the money. I know that's the American way. But there does seem to be confusion about that, and so people hear that. And I know in states like North Carolina, they wonder, all right, I just got a $750 check and my home is destroyed. And they start saying, well, what gives?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of deliberate spreading of misinformation, which is really unfortunate. It's a terrible, terrible thing to do at a time like this. I'm sure the government hasn't communicated completely perfectly, but, you know, it's a time when you really need to rely on reliable news sources and not just some random thing you read on the internet. And, you know, this is going to take time. You're not going to get checks instantly. You're not going to get everything instantly. They're doing it as fast as they can.
I don't want to cast aspersions, but Donald Trump didn't do anyone any favors when he more or less said, if you're Republican, you're in trouble trying to get help. That was just a flat-out lie. Hopefully that's been clarified here, and that if you're hurting, they don't look at your political label. But having said that, people don't trust the government, much more so now than ever before. Now, there's always been a particle of that here, but it's seeped into even disasters. What do you make of it?
Look, I think it's really sad. I am 100% sure that the government does not care the political party of the people who are affected by a disaster when they do it. Look, do I think the government needs to do a better job in general running itself? You know, earning more trust? Is some of the mistrust in government warranted? Absolutely. Absolutely it is. I just think this is not, you know, of all the problems in government, this is not the main one and not one you want to fix right now. What you want to fix right now is making sure the money goes out. Yeah,
the other stuff is just nuts. You're right. Let me get your take, though, on something that has changed with these storms, and maybe it goes beyond the obvious, and I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but when we look at storms in the past, we look at the, you know, what category, or 3 or 4 or 5, losing sight of the fact that some of our most dangerous storms, and you were talking about Barack Obama working with Republican governors like he did with Chris Christie during Sandy. That was a nor'easter. That wasn't even a hurricane. It wasn't even a tropical storm.
Yep.
But it did a ton of damage. You know, if you look at Helene, most of its damage was when it was no longer a hurricane, as it barreled its way up north into the Carolinas, and now we know the rest of the story. So the government now is going to have to start rethinking what is a dangerous hurricane and what is the fallout of just, you know, water surge and just flooding to the degree we've never seen.
Yeah, look, you took the two examples I was going to use of exactly that point. And look, it's tricky. They can't tell you exactly what's going to happen, exactly when it's going to happen. There'll be some false calls here where people, you know, hold themselves up, evacuate, et cetera, and it turns out they didn't need to. But, you know, the question is, what type of error do you want to make? And being cautious at a time like this is something that, I think Governor DeSantis has done a terrific job in the messaging on this in terms of the caution that's needed. And
Right.
That's what needs to continue.
Jason, I'm wondering how we talk about most of this has been centered in these battleground states. I don't want to look at it crassly politically, and we hope everyone gets out safe and alive and they can rebuild and all of that. But the fact of the matter is it's going to be very, very hard in these states to be up and running and able to handle voting. And I'm just, maybe I'm getting way ahead of my electoral skis here, but is that a worry to you?
I mean, look, we ran elections in 2020, primary and a general election. Our voting system has improved in terms of the ability to early vote, vote by mail. You see that in red states. You see that in blue states. There's a lot more options for people. So I think they're going to pull off a successful election.
Well said. Jason, I wish we had more time. Very good seeing you again.